Hello and welcome to MTG Burgeoning, a channel for all things magic. In this video, we are going to update and upgrade our Morophon the Boundless Rat Colony EDH deck. What's up, MTG BC? You are the MTG Burgeoning community. Welcome back to another installment of the Up and Up series. And today we are going to add a few cards to our Morophon the Boundless Rat Colony EDH deck as it inches closer and closer to its imminent inclusion into the Burgeoning Commander catalog. We don't have too many revisions here today, but what we are putting in should resonate with its impact every time we draw the cards. So with that being said, let's get right down to it. The first card going in is Echoing Return. Note that this is a sorcery for just 1 black mana. And keep in mind, we are playing with Rat Colony, so we have dozens of Rat Colonies in the 99 of this build. Echoing Return has return target creature and all other cards with the same name as that creature from our graveyard to our hand. We've got 10 rat colonies in our hand. We got 10 rat colonies in our graveyard. We'll pay 1 black mana, we'll cast Echoing Return, and return 10 creature cards to our hand. Echoing Return is going to do so much work in this deck that our opponents are going to be so upset that it's just a common that costs 1 black mana. With that graveyard recursive specific spell going in, we're going to take one out in the form of Treasured Find. Here we have for a black and a green, we return target card from our graveyard to our hand, and then we exile Treasured Find. So yes, there are other cards in this deck that are not rat colonies that could be beneficial to return to our hand from the graveyard. But in this deck, it's next win condition up if one of those pieces happens to fall to the graveyard. Echoing Return just provides way too much value by bringing all of those rat colonies back to our hand, particularly with all of the warped and deranged things we can do with them while they're there. All right, next card to go in that's really going to help keep the cards flowing is Sylvan Library. We all know what this does. It's an enchantment for 1 and a green. At the beginning of our draw step, we may draw 2 additional cards. If we do, we choose 2 cards in our hand drawn this turn, and for each of those cards, we pay 4 life or put that card on top of our library. Basically, we have the ability to draw 1 card, or draw 2 cards and pay 4 life, or draw 3 cards and pay 8 life. Either way, this is going to be a great way to dig through our library to find the rat colonies we need, in addition to find that 1 win condition that will claim victory over our opponents. So with Sylvan Library and its card advantage heading into the deck, something coming out of similar card advantage benefit is going to be Plunge into Darkness. Here it's an instant for 1 and a black mana. We choose one of the following 2 modes unless we pay an additional black mana and entwine the spell. Either and or. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Either and or. Sure, that sounds about right. We sacrifice any number of creatures, and then we gain 3 life for each sacrificed creature. Or we pay X life, look at the top X cards of our library, put 1 of those cards into our hand, and remove the rest from the game. Alright, so the life gain ability is going to cost us a creature for every 3 life we want to gain. Yes, we're in the colors that can bring those rats back into play. Back to our hand or back to play, i.e. Echoing Return. But we don't want to, for the purposes of what we're trying to do with this rat colony engine, we don't want to haphazardly sacrifice them just to gain some life. we can do that in other ways if necessary, or really start to branch out life-gaining options if it gets to the point where we really have to start addressing our life total. So with that option off of the board, what we're looking at here at Plunge into Darkness is, well, we're going to look at the top X cards of our library. We get one of them, and then the rest are exiled. What if we end up exiling too many of our win conditions and we only put one of them into our hand? Also, this is just a one-time effect for the top X. So and that's going to cost us X life as well. Granted, we could use the rat colonies to pay for that life if we entwine the cost, but this is just a one-and-done spell, where Sylvan Library, hopefully we get it in the early part of the game, is going to give us card advantage benefits every single turn. For what we're trying to do here in building and enhancing this rat colony army, we are taking repeatability over the one-time effect that, let's face it, could hurt us much more than it could help us. All right, the last card going in that really is going to be the clincher here in this deck. Oh, baby, that's going to be Concordant Crossroads. 1 green, this enchantment comes into play. This world enchantment comes into play because it gives all creatures on the battlefield haste. Imagine ripping through one of our rat colony synergies, either through Thrumming Stone or either through Allurin. Any way that we can put tons and tons of rat colonies into play. And then for 1 green mana, we drop down Concordant Crossroads, send those rats into hasty combat, and then we win the game. Imagine if we were to cast Echoing Return, returning a dozen rats from our graveyards to our hand. We cast them all for free through Allurin. Then we drop down Concordant Crossroads. The game is over, folks. These cards going in, as I said at the beginning of this video, they are not quantity, they are quality. And with Concordant Crossroads coming in, providing us an alternate win condition in the form of haste, something's going to come out. And what's going to come out is something that's going to slightly weaken our suite of removal spells. And that is going to be Putrefy. Putrefy is going to come out. It's going to destroy target artifact or enchantment. It can't be regenerated. But I think we can all agree that having Concordant Crossroads come in is going to do so much more for the deck than taking out one piece of its removal. And there you have it, MTG BC. 3 revisions for our Morophon the Boundless Rat Colony EDH deck. I can't wait to hear your thoughts about these comments in the comments. I can't wait to hear your thoughts about these changes in the comment section below. See, I'm so blown away at what we can do now with these cards that I can't even formulate a cogent sentence. All right, there you have it, MTGBC. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.